So, how's it going, former director?
You got to rub it in. Just right out of the gate.
When you're entering the season and going in the direction that the show has gone on and which Coulson has gone, his direction too.
Got a text.
Can you explain his mindset on giving up S.H.I.E.L.D. to a new director and doing his
It's a bit of a mystery coming out of the gates. All we know is he's not the director. We don't know how that came about. And that's something that they explore. A lot of people have ideas. Some people think he walked away. Some people think he was fired. And more than that, I'm not going to say because that's a mystery we play with. I think he's very ambivalent about his new role in that I don't think his goal in life was to be the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think if it had been him and Nick Fury and he was kind of the field guy for Nick Fury, he'd have been happy. As much as Coulson's happy. But when the guy shows up and gives you the cube of destiny and your destroyer weapon and says rebuild S.H.I.E.L.D., here's a few dollars in a credit card, you do it. I think he's really happy not to be on the plane telling other people to go into a dangerous lab. But one of the things I really like about what Jed and Mo Whedon and Jeff Bell and our writers have done is we lost people, and everyone's messed up by it. And Daisy's messed up, and I think Coulson understands why she's gone. He doesn't like it, and he's terribly worried that people are going to hurt her and try to capture her. But he understands what's going on with her, and there's a lot of heartbreak. So I think if you have people getting taken like that, and there isn't heartbreak, it's weird. Anybody else?
Go ahead.
I was curious in the first episode, it seemed like there's a backstory there between the new director and Coulson. Will we be exploring that? Did they have a relationship before he took over, or?
We're shooting episode 8. I don't think it's clear that they have any big past. What's clear to me as a fan since watching Civil War was, okay, once I saw the Sokovia Accords get enacted, we realized that there's a need for S.H.I.E.L.D. And he says that, he's got to make this organization legit, and to have Quake out there causing trouble is a big problem. So other people are making these calls, and he's reporting to them, and suddenly it's a bureaucracy again. And if you have to deal with these threats instantaneously as they're popping up the way they have been since the onset of Inhumans, you don't have a fondness for bureaucracy. So they're at odds. What I think is interesting about this character they come up with, that Jason O'Mara is just knocking out of the park for my money, is he's a very different kind of leader. He's a focus groups, optics kind of person who has to answer to committees, and yet he doesn't seem inherently evil right away. So it's very much a feeling out kind of relationship.
Do you think we're going to see a lot this season of Coulson kind of going back and forth on the fact that he's relieved he doesn't have to take responsibility for his team as much, and he doesn't have to be the director, but also worrying about Daisy, about his team, and like that innate character trait that he has to be there for the people that he cares about and help them, even though that's not really his job anymore.
I mean, that's the conundrum that they're exploring, because whether he makes those calls or not, he does still feel responsible for them, and they get in situations that he didn't order, and he can't countermand. I mean, the guy says it's classified, but that doesn't mean that Simmons or Fitz or any of them aren't going to be thrown into something terrifying and maybe fatal. So it's going to come back on him no matter what. Can't win.
Speaking of some of the other members of the team, Mac obviously has grown a lot. He wasn't an original member of the team. You spent a lot of time with him recently, especially in the first episode or two. So you guys are the agents on the field. Tell me, what's it like working with Henry? What have you guys kind of grown together?
Henry, just from the minute he showed up, he's just a huge win for our show. First of all, he's bigger than any superhero I've ever worked with. You just sit there and look at his arms all day like they can't be real. he really messed with me right out of the gates because I was like, just curious about some of his workout secrets, and he convinced me that he doesn't work out. And I just it messed my head up. And finally, like in 2 or 3 months, I just was like, never? He was like, what do you mean? I said, you never lift weights at all? He was like, I lift all the time. What are you talking about? I was like, you told me you didn't. I've been reading all this stuff about diet and stuff. But he's got huge dramatic chops, and he's really funny. And I was really, as much as I was sad that Daisy had taken a powder, the fact that suddenly we had this kind of, superhero version of trading places with me and him out in the field, it's really been a pleasure. And I think you'll see in the episode that's coming up this week that on this week's mission, Coulson, Mac, and Fitz end up together out on a mission, and I don't say that it's kind of, I would say we're a little bit too badass to be called the Three Stooges, but there are some Stooges-esque moments.
Your relationship with Quake in the series, she's pretty much your on-screen daughter, and with her being a vigilante right now, and you being part of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they want her in, and you want to respect her wishes for what she wants to do, but you also want to bring her in. Can you go more into like that conflict that you have?
I want her safe. Coulson wants her safe, and I don't think he has any kind of trust yet in Director Mace or the new S.H.I.E.L.D. That they're going to protect an Inhuman. The Sokovia Accords, I think he was kind of Team Cap just because he's had a long enough experience with bureaucracies that it's okay, we're just going to register them. While he understands the need for that, well, why do you want to register them? So why you can easily find them to what? When that's someone you care about a lot, you worry about having them registered. S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to be the one keeping all these secrets, and they turned out to be riddled with Hydra. So it's like it all really happened to me.